What makes LA so difficult to break down?
I just think they're a really mature, composed, compact, organized team defensively. They make things extremely difficult to break down. So as we saw tonight, I mean, it was extremely difficult to get that goal. Interesting that it comes off of a bit of a misplay.
Yeah, can you describe your emotions watching that happen, the result that it gave you?
You know, we keep telling our guys that good things happen when we defend well. And so we're in there attacking third, and things break down a little bit. I think, I'm not sure if it was Pablo or Alva that got their foot to that ball, but they made a block on the defender, it hits off another defender, and then goes straight to Javier. So good things, I think, happen when we're alert defensively, even though the play got broken for Pablo or Alva, whoever it was, to get their foot in there was a good thing.
Jason, can you educate us on the offside call and how that works on that play?
Yeah, our player, as I said, from where I saw it, struck the ball off their defender to go straight to Javier. So the ball's come from their player to our player, who's in an offside position, but it can't be ruled offside if the ball comes from their defender.
95% of the time, the linesman will call that offside, just assuming it's offside.
Yeah.
And they've had some calls maybe not go your way.
Yeah.
Are you pleased to see the referee actually make the
Absolutely, absolutely. I've been complaining for a long time that I feel like referees are making too many decisions that are taking goal-scoring chances and goals away. So I'm really, really pleased that he got it right tonight.
So Jason, you guys were you were all over them at the end of the first half in particular, but had nothing on the scoreboard to show for it. What was the mood in the locker room? What did you tell the team?
It was good. You know, it's one of those times where you just say congratulations. I mean, that's a fantastic half of soccer, and I'm so proud, and it's just fun to watch as a spectator. And that's the way you begin to feel at times because things are going so well. But you need to remind the players to be alert because they really still felt like LA was going to be dangerous on a counter-attacking opportunity. So just wanted the guys to be alert and to keep going. I thought things would turn our way, and they ended up doing that.
Coach, do you feel that the teams are more prone to fall Javier Morales more lately because they realize that? Were you complaining about that?
I don't think it's lately. I think it's been for the past 2 years. And yes, I was complaining about it. For me, the referees do need to recognize that it doesn't have to be the same player that fouls multiple times to get a yellow card. If our same player is fouled multiple times by their team, I still think that that's cautionable because it's, again, multiple infractions on the same player.
What does this victory mean to you guys going into this 2-week break?
We end up on a really positive note. I feel like we're really pleased with where we're at right now, and we can take a little bit of a breather now and relax and enjoy some time off.
They have special kinds of games to play in these, especially against LA.
Yeah. I'm over on the bench just thinking to myself before the match, during the match, after the match, how jealous I was. I would love to have been a part of that because the crowd was absolutely fantastic and our guys were second to none as well.
How much do you feel for Javier in that situation, in a good way, considering it was in the title game or he was hurt?
Yeah, no, I feel really pleased for Javier. I thought he had a busy night and had a lot of good touches, so I think it was pretty evident to me from the very first minute that this was a big game for him, and I think he showed it, and I'm pleased to see that he gets his just rewards.
You talked about, you had a few injuries with Fabian, and is Andy injured as well?
No, Andy was just not feeling so well. He just kind of ran out of gas. Tony Beltran grabbed his hamstring, and Fabian hurt his calf. So those are two more situations we're going to have to monitor closely.
Second straight shutout for you guys, and you talked about defensively, how you guys holding your own.
Yeah, really pleased. Really pleased. We've worked on it a long time, for a lot of weeks now, and to see us get some results for all of that work is very rewarding. And I think it's interesting that you don't always see results for what you work on right away. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to sink in.
The Galaxy had a big cushion on top all year. Do you kind of feel like you've given them a loss, they might start to doubt themselves a little bit, maybe you can make up that gap in the latter part of the season?
I would hope so. I hope so. But honestly, I tell you, I think again, with as many veteran players that they have on their team, as experienced they are, as well coached as they are, I don't think that it's going to turn into a waterfall situation, although I would like it to.
Jason, LA's back line did just an incredible job blocking them out
pushing forward and holding their line to really make our guys, if they wanted to attack, go into offside positions. We do a little bit of the offside trap. Talk about how that impacts how we had to adjust our style of play.
I wouldn't say it's an offside trap. I just think they've done a good job of being compact. And again, I think that comes from Craig Berhalter, to be honest. I think that he does such a good job of leading the back line there and keeping things really compact. Whether that's because they're stepping up into our half or into their own half, he keeps his line from their front players to their back players. He keeps it very tight, and that makes things hard to play through. And tonight's probably a night that I'm wishing I had Bobby Finley to break open that a little bit.